Nate the Great and the Sticky Case. I, Nate the Great, was drying off from the rain. I was sitting under a blanket and reading a detective book. My dog Serge was sniffing it. I was on page 33 when I heard a knock. I opened the door. Claude was there. I lost my pet dinosaur, Claude said. He always losing things. This is your biggest lose yet, I said. A dinosaur is huge. How could you lose it? My dinosaur is small, Claude said. It is a Stegosaurus on a stamp. Can you help me find it? It is hard to find something that small, I said. This will be big case, but I will take it. Tell me, where was the Stegosaurus stamp the last time you saw it? I saw on a table in my house, Claude said. I was showing all my dinosaur stamps to my friend. The Stegosaurus stamp was my favorite. Who are your friends? I asked. Annie, Pip, Rosamond, and you, but you weren't there, Claude added. Good thinking, I said. I, Nate the Great, will go to your house and look at the table. I wrote a note to my mother. Dear mother, I am on a sticky case. When I find it, I will be back. Love, Nate the Great. Claude and I went to his house. He did not lose his way. She showed me this table. It had a stamp all over it. Here are all of my stamps, Claude said, except for the Stegosaurus stamp. I, Nate the Great, saw a Tyrannosaurus stamp. I saw a Brontosaurus stamp. I saw an Introdusaurus stamp. I saw claw and jaw. The stamps were ugly, but that did not matter. I had a case to solve. I had a job to do. Where was the Stegosaurus stamp when it was on the table? I asked. Near the edge, Claude said. It must have fallen off, I said. I looked on the floor near the table. The Stegosaurus stamp was not there. I picked up a stamp and showed it to Fang. I showed it to Serge. He must look for a lost stamp, I said. Sometimes Serge is not a great detective. He tried to lick the sticky side of the stamp. Look, don't lick, I said. Serge and I looked at over, under, and around everything in Claude's house. Then we looked again. We did not find the Stegosaurus stamp. I, Nate the Great, turned to Claude. The Stegosaurus stamp is not in your house, I said. Tell me, when did you notice the stamp was missing? After everybody left, Claude said. Did everybody live together? I asked. Yes, said Claude. Did everybody come together? I asked. No, said Claude. Annie and Rosamond came to tell me that Rosamond was going to have a yard sale. Then it started to rain. I rained for a long time. So Annie and Rosamond stayed and looked at my stamp. When the rain stopped, Pip came over. He looked at my stamp too. Then they all left together to go to Rosamond's yard sale. Then I, Nate the Great, must go to the yard sale too. I said I must speak to everyone who was in the room with the Stegosaurus stamp. Serge and I went to Rosamond's house. Rosamond was standing in her yard. Then her fur cat on the side. Are you selling your cat? I asked. No, Rosamond said. I am selling and swapping empty tuna fish can, slipper, pear, cat hair, tuna, a toothbrush, a pitcher of milk, spoon, and all sorts of things. Serge was sniffing. Do you have a Stegosaurus stamp? I asked. No. I know, Rosamond said, but I saw one at the closet house near the edge of his table. Thank you, I said. I started to relieve. Please buy a cat hair from my yard sale, Rosamond called. They are only a penny each. I, Nate the Great, did not want a cat hair. But I gave Rosamond a penny. I will buy one cat hair, I said. I will give you an extra one free. Rosamond said, do you want to hear from big cats, little hacks, plain eggs, or stripper hacks? Surprise me, I said. Rosamond took a hair off a box that was marked Big Cats, and a hair from a box that was marked Super Hacks. She stuck the hair to a piece of tape. So, you want to lose them? She said. Sometimes Rosamond has strange ideas. This was one of them. I saw people looking at some empty tuna fish can. Did you see a Stegosaurus stamp at the edge of the table? I asked. He doesn't say much. He shook his head up and down. Do you see now it is now? I asked. Do you know where it is now? I asked. Pip shook his head sideways. Thank you, I said. I saw Annie and her dog Fang. I am looking for Claus Stegosaurus stamp, I said. What do you know about it? I knew that the Stegosaurus is pretty, Annie said. I know that it looks like a fang. Annie turned it toward Fang. Show us your Stegosaurus smile, she said. Fang opened his mouth. I, Nate the Great, knew it was time to go home. I said goodbye to Annie. Serge and I walked home slowly. It was a good walk. There were raindrops on the tree leaf. We saw ourselves in puddle. I sniffed the clean air. We saw a rainbow at home. I made some pancakes. I gave Serge a bone. We ate and thought, where was the Stegosaurus stamp? Nobody knew. But the stamp was gone. This was a sticky case. I, Nate the Great, was stuck. Then I thought, perhaps there is something different about the Stegosaurus stamp. Perhaps I should think about the Stegosaurus stamp instead of the stamp. Suddenly, they felt great. I had a pancake in my stomach, and I got an idea in my head. Wait here, Sarge, I said. I have to go look for information. I went to the museum. I saw a Stegosaurus there. I had to look up and up and up. The Stegosaurus was big. He was big than Fang. His smile was uglier, but he could not move. He could not do anything. Nate the Great, was glad about that. I learned about the Stegosaurus. He was a giant lizard. He lived a long time ago. He had 2 brains. Nate the Great, wished that I had 2 brains, and then one of them would solve this case. I walked home. The sight of rain were gone, except for some puddles. I thought hard. What did I know about the Stegosaurus stamp? I knew that Annie and Rosamond went to Claude's house and saw the stamp. Then it rained for a long time. I knew that after the rain stopped, Pip went to Claude's house and saw the stamp too. I knew the stamp had been at the edge of Claude's table. I knew it was not in Claude's house now. How did it get out, and where was it? Seeing the big Stegosaurus had not helped the case. Perhaps I had been thinking wrong. Perhaps I had forgotten that there are 2 sides to every stamp. Perhaps I should think about the sticky side instead of the Stegosaurus side. Think sticky, I said. When I walked inside and saw Sarge was licking his dog ball. He had not been much help on this case, or had he? I remember when the Sarge tried to lick the sticky side of a stamp. Sarge went tongue would have made the stamp very sticky. A very sticky stamp. Sticks! Suddenly I knew that Sarge was a great detective. He knew that the sticky side of the stamp could be important. Nate the Great, knew that anything went would make a stamp very sticky. I thought of things. I thought of drips and drops. I thought of rain when Annie and Rosamond went to Claude's house. It was not raining. But when Pip went to Claude's house, it had been raining and stopped. Raindrops were on the tree, puddles were on the sidewalk. Nate the Great, thought of puddle. I thought of Pip standing in that. Then I got a stamp from my desk and put it on the floor. I went outside and stepped in a few puddles. Then I went back inside and stepped on the sticky side of the stamp. The stamp stuck to my shoe. The same thing must have happened to the Stegosaurus stamp and Pip's shoes at Claude's house. Serge had given me the clue I needed. Now I knew that I had to see Pip's shoe. We went to Pip's house. I rang the bell. Pip opened the door. I looked down his feet. He was wearing slippers. "Where are your shoes?" I asked. Pip looked down at his feet. He opened his mouth. Then he said, "My shoes were all wet from the rain. After I left Claude's house, I swapped them for a pair of dry slippers at Rosamond's sale. I took the slippers off the swap table and put my shoes there." "Thank you," I said. Serge and I went back to Rosamond's sale. We went up to the swap table. "The sticky case is almost over," I said. But Pip's shoes were not there. Rosamond came over. "I hope you don't want to swap your cat hair," she said. "I want Pip's shoes," I said. "Where are they?" "I just sold them to Annie for 10 cents," Rosamond said. "It was my big sale of the day." Serge and I ran to Rosamond's house. Annie's house. She was outside with Fang. I saw 2 shoes. One was on the ground and the other was in Fang's mouth. "Are there Pip's shoes?" I asked. "There were," Annie said. "I brought them for Fang to chew." I need the grit saw the bottom of the shoe. Fang was chewing something small, square, and dirty, and stuck to it. At last I had found the Stegosaurus stamp. But I, Nate the Great, knew that finding was not everything. Getting has important too. I thought fast. Show me Fang's Stegosaurus smile," I said. "Smile, Fang," Annie said. Fang smiled. The shoe fell to the ground. I picked it up. Nate the Great, peeled off the stamp. The case was solved. We took the Stegosaurus stamp to Claude. The stamp was dirty, sticky, inky, and ugly. But Claude was happy to get it. Serge and I walked home. We were careful not to stamp in any puddle. The end.